Hello, Neil Murphy here of the Dynamic Man podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about how we trick ourselves. That's right, we are always faking ourselves out. That voice in our head, yeah, it's always getting us to do stuff that we maybe shouldn't do or we don't want to do. And it really shows up in when things are maybe a bit challenging for us. Um, I'll give an example. Here's an example of how we trick ourselves. I was in Ireland for Christmas and, really looking forward to catching up with friends and family. We had a surprise party planned for New Year's Eve for my only brother, his 30th wedding anniversary. So my niece was planning the whole event and everything was like coming together nicely. But there was a flu epidemic in Ireland over Christmas and it seemed like the whole country caught the bug. Really kind of hampered the festivities. My brother got it, his wife got it, one of the kids got it, and before you know it, the party was cancelled. So yeah, it was gutting. It was kind of very annoying, but what can you do? A week after Christmas, my brother's wife jetted off to Spain for a week in the sun, and on one of the days he called her, he inquired about her cough, the flu, how she was feeling, and she said, as she coughed, that the cough was absolutely gone, cleared. She didn't even realise she was coughing. And that's a really good example of how we trick ourselves. Maybe I sat next to someone today on gondola going up an Italian Alp and they had sniffles. So sniffling every, minute or whatever it was. The same thing, it's like what is it that your mind is telling you? Just live with it or deal with it. So that's the bottom line. What does it come down to? Live with it or deal with it right away. Well, it seems like a lot of people are quite content to just live with it and let things become normal. Normal. So it's a gradual, day by day, week after week, month after month. It's just normal. It becomes your routine, part of your routine. It's just the way things are. Or do you just deal with it? Like you listen to successful people and they never let important things linger on their desk, or they get things sorted straight away. You might make a request to talk to them and they call you within 2 minutes. They deal with things straight away. But when you let things become normal and you start living with these things, it has a ripple effect. So maybe you've got your responsibilities at work, you got your responsibilities at home, your kids need attention, everything in your life that needs time and effort, energy, it just becomes normal. So you end up doing things not for yourself and just accepting things the way they are. You just live with it. Until one day you ask yourself, wow, I don't really feel like myself anymore. What happened? Because You just accepted it. You tricked yourself into living with that. Well, there comes a time when you have to deal with it, when you have to deal with a cough, when you have to deal with a sniffle, because you don't want it to become something that is so normal you don't even notice it. Maybe you're feeling fatigued, maybe you're exhausted, maybe you're a bit bored with everything, maybe life isn't turning out the way you wanted it to turn out. You wonder how you wandered off the path so far. You don't even think about your own dreams anymore. You've tricked yourself out of living the dream, living your own dream. Are you living the dream right now? Maybe it's time to trick yourself into living your dream. So it's like the algorithm. How do we use the algorithm to our favor? How do we trick ourselves into living the life we want with all the energy we need, surrounded by people that love who we are, love the influence we have, inspired by us, invigorated every time they meet. They love our company because we're full of the right kind of energy. People love being around us. Yeah. It's time to trick ourselves into the life that we want to live, not the life that we become accustomed to, acclimatized. So, and it happens, it just happens over time. Day in, day out, Groundhog Day. Some would say maybe it's only the first half of Groundhog Day. Some would say maybe it's only the first half of Groundhog Day, the one where he's trying to kill himself. But there's an element to that to it. We get up, we do the same things, we go the same way to work. You know, we have our coffee break at the same time. We stop for lunch at the same time. We might have the same kind of food on different days of every week. Fish on a Friday. And it all becomes rut and routine. We tricked ourselves into thinking that's just normal. But it's not. It's time to lose the cough. It's time to dry out the sniffles. And it's time to accept that normality doesn't have to be reality. What do I mean by that? Well, you create your own reality. Who's to say that you can't live your dream life? Who's to say that you can't, follow up on that dream that you had, that you've forgotten about? Maybe you thought you could achieve it like when you were 20, 25, 30, whatever. It's been drilled out of you. It's been tricked out of you by your own head into accepting that, yeah, this is the way we go. Normality. Day by day. Rotten routine. It's kind of boring. I've been there, man. It fucking sucks. Well, it can suck. I mean, there's good points to it. But like overall, it leaves you feeling drained, exhausted, and just a bit broken by it all because you've tricked yourself into not chasing your own dreams. You've forgotten about yourself. And as men in our 40s and 50s, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than someone looking at you and feeling pity. My sister is going through a shitty divorce right now. And her ex is not being, I would just say, very conducive to a constructive breakup. He's been an asshole. But I asked my sister over Christmas, they have 3 kids, they're all working, and I asked her, how do the kids feel about their dad? And she said that they They just pitied him. Imagine that. A man in his 50s pitied by his own kids. Because he is, let's just say the word, accustomed to his normality. Maybe he didn't have a dream. Maybe he is living his blank dream. But his kids pity him. That's no legacy. That's no legacy to pass on to the kids that you love. Maybe you don't express it. Maybe you don't show any love for yourself. And that's just normal for this guy. What can you do? But you don't want that. And it's never too late. So stop tricking yourself into thinking that normality is acceptable. You could do better. We can all do better. So if that resonates with you, it's a good message. Like and subscribe, and let's build a community of men in their 40s and 50s, make them reinvigorated, re-energized, and to stop tricking ourselves into thinking that this is all that we have. We can have more. We deserve more. So like and subscribe, and let's make a powerful community together.